Hi guys. I know it was just yesterday that I did another video. I try to do videos when I can, or whenever I'm physically able, or whenever I feel a burden on my heart. I've pulled out all stops on this one. I hope you can appreciate it. I mean, this is high tech. Cardboard was involved. I don't know if those were tongue depressors or popsicle sticks. My pointer here, I mean, I've gone all out. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful and I'm talented. This is an object lesson that I'm going to turn it, from just the one thing, which is do you see your glass half empty, or do you see it half full? And this started coming on me last week, and just today, it was like somehow I started feeling, hey, I can use this other than just attitude, half empty, half full. So, bear with me, because I jest whenever I talk about myself in proud and boasting terms, because I am not that person. I'm glad I graduated. There's times I read something and I don't comprehend it. I have to read it again and again. So, here's the lesson of glass half empty, glass half full. And I find it amazing that some people think, oh yeah, you can think that way, you're a Christian, or you can think that way because you're rich, or you can think that way because of yada, yada, yada. Well, let me tell you the interesting principle between this. There's so many factors that are involved there. This represents the world. How you like that? I downloaded that and taped it to a piece of cardboard, glued it onto a popsicle stick. So this represents the world. This represents religion or belief, or in my case, God and Jesus. But either way, we all have this. And how we perceive this is about perception. There's so many factors that come in it. I know rich people that are the most miserable, never satisfied people in the world. But then I also know some of the happiest people in the world are wealthy. I know some of the happiest people in the world are Christian. And at the same time, I know some of the happiest people in the world don't even believe there is a God. So a lot of this is what will help determine for each of us, whether that's half empty or half full, is a lot of things. Our life experiences, our education, how we were raised, what has happened to us, literally, what we were taught in school, what we were taught in clubs or churches, or with friends, relatives, and neighbors. It all adds up to one person will say, yep, my glass is already half empty, and the next one will say, I think I'm blessed and it's half full. You can choose how you perceive this. You really can. Whether it's based on this attitude or this attitude, you can still choose to see everything is not doom and gloom. And what if I told you that glass half empty and half full has no right answer or wrong answer? It can be both. It can be that, yes, that's half empty. Or it can be, yes, that is half full. And some of what's happening in the world, like, for example, if there is a drought and your water dries up and you can't go to the store and buy any more water, then this glass is half empty. And once it's gone, your perception will be, once it's gone, that's it. However, those of us with faith believe that there still will be provisions. So, anyhow, the thing that come to me today, you can choose whichever person you want to be here. And let's face it, we all know both. I know some people that I don't care what they go through, they're so happy and upbeat. I would love to be. I've got more joy in my life than I ever have in my entire life, but that's not what I'm known for, because the majority of my life is I was like a gifted complainer and nagger. We all know them too. I'm one, and now I'm not so bad as I once was, but we're kind of all in one. I think it's very important, if you don't believe in this, which I highly recommend, then at least be very careful on this side who you trust and who you believe. Okay, I'm going to pull it down to whether you're religious or not. I'm going to look at this right here instead of glass half empty or half full. Let's change it a little bit and look at this as, is your information good or is it bad? Are you given good information? Is your knowledge good? Is your understanding good? And if so, make sure of that. Are you getting it from here? Are you getting it from here? Because if your information is wrong, you can be in really rough shape. I'm trying to be very careful on words that I use. I haven't been banned or been taken down or anything on any of my videos in YouTube, but I have been censored on Facebook, and I know people say, well, that's why I don't do Facebook. Well, guess what? The power of Satan and the power of God is also in YouTube, okay? We can use them for the benefit of ourselves or what we believe and to try to help others and reach others, or we can get off of all of it, and then we can just be of use or assistance or be of use to those that come to our home. So I'm trying to be careful on what to say. But I know in 2020, and I've brought this up before, certain things started coming about that just certain doctors even come forward and they would say, one group of them would say do this and another group of them would say do that. Well, guess what? I'm going to point at this, is the powerful group got forward, and that's come out too, and they started censoring everything. I mean, down from Twitter to YouTube to Facebook to media to television, all of it. This group over here was censoring to the max. And everything that anyone, and this is wrong to point this way, because here's like the left side, here's the right side of this. We're telling different things. And we couldn't even ask questions. You remember that? We couldn't even ask questions about things. That, hey, I heard this might help or that might help. Well, you were cut off. You were cut off. You were booted out. You were shut up. So is your information is it good? Is it bad? Is it a mixture? Which is, life is kind of a mixture. Know where your information is coming before you get it all wrong. Because now that doctors' lives were destroyed. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not at the point of coming out and saying certain things yet. If almost 4 years in, you were still thinking and believing everything that you hear is the truth, I don't even know what to tell you yet, except I can pray for you and hope that eventually more of this is going to be the real truth, the real knowledge that can help you save your life and your loved ones, or you can keep believing a narrative. We can't teach y'all to think for yourselves. At 68 years old, I was raised during a time that, number one, America really seemed to be, for the most part, just wonderful. It wasn't quite as wonderful as I thought, but I had a wonderful childhood, even despite the fact that certain things happened to me that really messed me up emotionally and physically, and for a while even spiritually. But overall, I had a wonderful childhood. And today, young people of today just don't even have a clue some of the things that we thought we were a godly nation, and to a large degree we were. Um, the education system has changed so greatly from when I was in school in the 60s to today. I mean, certain things that, for an example, and hopefully I won't get booted off for this, the Holocaust. We actually learned about certain things that were horrible and awful. And there's schools now, educational programs, that won't even talk about it. They ban certain things. They ban books. But now they will show you books, and they will teach your 10-year-old about how to choose their sex, or pieces and parts, and how if you do this and this and that, you're going to get pleasure. They can do these sick, twisted things, but they won't talk about reality. And where they're used to actually be reading, writing, and arithmetic, well, now it's more social. It's social justice, social this, and all of that can be important. But here again, boy, I wish I just was open to say everything and anything that I wanted to say. I will say, you choose your source. This represents the good, even if it's not Bible good. There's moral people, and then there's wicked people. And we should know the difference. But choose. Are your blessings half full? Are they half empty? Is your information and knowledge that you need to lead a productive life? Are you given and you receive good information or bad information? Because they're both out there. They are both out there. I'm going to read these things, and I'm going to read 3 scriptures, and then I'm going to read 3 non-scripture that kind of says the same kind of thing. For those of y'all that hate the Bible, hate Jesus, hate God, I still want you to be okay, all right? I can't say that more. I want all of you to be okay, because once you're gone, you can't change, you can't learn, you can't learn that maybe, oh, I didn't believe that before, but now I do. So I'm going to start out with John 10:10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal, and to kill, and to destroy. I am come that they might have life, and that they might have it more abundantly. Then 1 Peter 5:8, these are all in the King James. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about seeking whom he may devour. And then the last one at this moment is Matthew 7:15. Beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. All right, now let me put it in words for those Bible haters or whatever, because I want to help you too, or speak to you too. A wolf in sheep's clothing. All of us, I think, have heard that term, maybe not. Per the Cambridge Dictionary, is a person with a pleasant and friendly appearance that hides the fact that they are evil. Or another version of that is someone or something that seems to be good but is actually not good at all. That's a wolf in sheep's clothing, pretending to be something that they are not. A Trojan horse. Per Merriam-Webster, a Trojan horse is someone or something intended to defeat or subvert from within, usually by deceptive means. Okay, and then the last word, con artist, per Cambridge Dictionary. A person who deceives other people by making them believe something false or making them give money away. A deceiver, a con artist, can come in various forms, and they're not always trying to cheat you out of your money. Sometimes they're trying to con you out of your home or even your life. If you don't learn to differentiate, if all of us don't learn to differentiate the difference between it's for our good, this is real, if you can't tell the difference in, we can do what we need to do, and the pursuit of happiness, as the Constitution says, and this, that, and the other. We can buy a home if we want to. We can buy a car. We can do this, that, and the other. We can live our life in relative freedom. Or are you going to believe you're going to own nothing and you're going to be perfectly happy with it? If you need something, the Zon or whoever's going to deliver it to your door, and when you're through with it, the drone's going to pick it up and take it off. You choose the world that you are going to live in for now. You're only going to choose it for a while, so I'd suggest choosing wisely. Are we being conned? Are you being conned? Which side of this do you believe and understand? Because both sides are not right. Only one of them is going to be standing at the end. I'm hoping you're going to be on the right side. If you don't learn to think for yourself now, it may cost you everything. And here again, I can't go in and say certain things that I would love to. I'm going to leave a lot of this up to other channels that do so much better than me. But you better wake up and see what is out there. We're 3 years in on something that was said one thing in 2020 and 2021, and yet we are seeing something totally different. But sadly, the world here in the United States, the media is not showing all the results of those things that happened in 2021. They're not even showing the results, so you can't see. They'll show a few sudden deaths. They won't even show all these. Do a internet research about increase in unknown deaths. Do that. Just out of grins and giggles. Do that. And compare it, like from 2017 to 2021 and 2022. Just do that. You're not going to hear it and see it on the mainstream media, or I don't. Let me just put that. And I'm going to finish off. We each have a choice. This glass is both half empty and it's both half full, depending on the situation, depending on the time, depending on your perception of it. There's good here and there's evil here. The information here can be good, it can be bad. You choose it, because your choice is literally life and death. Oh my God, I just saw something out there. I'm going to have to go out in just a second. I'm going to read this. Deuteronomy 30:19. I call heaven and earth to record this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, blessing and cursing. Therefore choose life, that both thou and thy seed may live. I don't know how it can be more important than this. Knowledge is key. Yes, it sounds good to think that you are going to get money and never have to work. Yes, it sounds good. Yes, it sounds good that you may have $100,000 in student debt and you don't have to pay it. That sounds wonderful. It sounds wonderful. Let's wear these face covers and in 2 weeks the world will come back to normal. That did not happen, now did it? Let's take these pokes in our appendage and life will go back to normal. It didn't, did it? This is not genius here. This is not scientific. This is not Einstein. Did it? Look around you. Is your glass half empty or half full? Is your information half good, some good, or even no good? It all is relevant. I love you, and I know this is crazy, and I was silly with this, but I mean, come on. How much more high-tech? Because I was too cheap, I didn't have a globe. I suggest a positive attitude. That's another thing about glass half empty. A positive attitude and finding humor, finding joy, choosing humor, choosing joy is powerful. Even if you're not going to believe in this, positive attitude is so important to your health, your mental health, your physical health, all of these things. It's okay to sometimes, I like to say it's okay to sometimes not be okay, but don't live there. Don't live in that place. Don't live glass half empty, because you don't have to. My glass is half full. And one day, whenever I leave this earth, my glass is going to be full. I hope yours is. I love you guys. Take care. And I hope if I can't dazzle you with my brilliance. Anyway, I'm not even going to finish that term. Love you guys. Take care. God bless you.